Okay, we are finally live. Sorry, y'all. I had some little technical difficulties. I had to restart my laptop. All right, so this is my review for The Traitors, Season 4, Episode 10. Oof, this was a good episode. And I understand if, some of your favorite people aren't on here anymore, but I'm choosing to just ride this season out. I mean, we only have one more week left. You might as well watch it and then come back and watch me. So yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. I was hooping and hollering at. This was like at midnight when I was watching it. I know my neighbors are sick of me, but I'm also sick of their fucking dogs barking, so they can deal with me yelling at my TV. So yeah, let me get everybody in the room. How y'all doing? Ooh, oh, we about to drag. Hey Chris, I'm here real quick on a lunch break. Look, I appreciate you. And if I run a little bit over, come back and watch me. Yeah, the Wonder Twins, the Skating Twins, whatever. It was really given Dumb and Dumber. Kenny G pissed me off too. Also, if you haven't, make sure you watch my America's Next Top Model recap on the documentary on Netflix. It is up now. I have Beverly Hills coming tomorrow, most likely. And yeah, that'll be my week. And then we're going to start the week off with part 2 of the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. So yeah, let's get into it. So this is the semifinal episode. And then next week, we have the finale as well as the reunion right afterward. So we left off on the 4 people up for murder, turning the Jack in the Box in the little turret dungeon or whatever to see if they're eliminated. At this moment, I thought it had to be Natalie because Kristen would be too obvious. And them eliminating either one of the skating twins, I didn't think that would have made sense either. So then they fast forward to breakfast because, producers like fucking with us. It's just Maura and Rob right now. And she tells Rob that she fully trusts him and would just die if he was actually a traitor. But yes, side note, I want to point something out to y'all. Maura in this fucking hat. Like, what is this? What is this, y'all? Explain the fashion. Fashionistas in the chat, explain it to me. I don't get it. It was getting on my nerves. She gets on my nerves, but the hat took the cake. Like, it's given like a dominatrix chef hat. Like she's about to bake some cookies, but she has a whip in the other hand, and she has like leather lingerie and like 10-inch heels, like the ones where like Patrick from SpongeBob be wearing. Yes, that's what it was given. But it looks like AI, like it was just altered on her head. It just looks so silly. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out. I'm random. So when they're trying to guess who was murdered, Rob says he thinks it's Natalie. So then when Rob says this, remember he's a traitor, I'm thinking, okay, so it can't be her because he's definitely not going to like try to guess and be correct. Like why would he like show his hand that way? So I'm wondering, okay, who can it be then? So then the nominated people for murder start walking in. So Tara is safe, as well as Johnny. And when I see that, I'm stumped. I'm just like, is it Natalie? It just has to make sense. It has to be Natalie. But yeah, the final person walks in the door and it's Natalie. I was gagged. I was like, why would Eric allow that to happen? Like, it makes no sense. Like, she thought that, she said, I don't trust Eric right before she was murdered. But I think Rob, he really like he got this game locked. Like he just knows the faith fools are idiots. So yeah, we go back in time, like in a flashback, to see how they came to their decision. And of course, Rob suggested it, and dumbass Eric went along with it. He says all we have to do is convince Mark. That's the only person that heard Kristen say she don't trust you. And she said, hopefully they can vote to banish Natalie. And I'm just like, wow, just trying to get rid of the last brown person. I see you. I see you. But yeah, so Alan comes in and lets them know it's the last roundtable coming up, and the mission is coming up next. So they disperse in the house, and then we're with Tara and Natalie. And Tara, like, remember this for later. Tara says she thinks the traitor is Rob. As I'm watching this, I'm like, finally, like Tara is on the right track. But yeah, so then Natalie, she's nervous because she brings up that he has a dagger. He has 2 votes. And she thinks they, should be able to talk. They should talk to Mara. And already when she says, oh, we need to talk to Mara about this, it is a bad idea. Like Mara is the one that trusts him the most. And not only that, she clearly wants to fuck him. Like clearly. Let me see. Because Eric is more and more just lost and have no idea what he's doing. Yeah, so he's just following what Rob's saying. And honestly, it's working in his favor. He doesn't have to do anything. Like, the irony is, while Rob is doing all the work, Eric just gets to sit back and relax like Rob did when Lisa and Candace was doing all the work. Rob's going to delete Maura, and it doesn't work in Eric's favor, only his. Eric doesn't know how to play, so he's just getting played. I can see that too. Like Rob is working the room. He knows what he's doing. I get it that some of y'all don't really care for him, but he is playing a fantastic game. Fantastic game. Like the balls to just eliminate Kristen, knowing that it can harm Eric, but he tries to entice Eric to say, oh, well, all we have to do is just, get Mark on our side. So yeah. I jumped for joy when Tara said Rob, as I didn't expect her to get it right. Me too. Stay tuned. We're going to get to that scene. Oh, I was so mad. Anyway, so moving on. Meanwhile, outside, Rob and Kenny G are talking. He has no allies left, so he is relying on Rob now. Side note, what is this? Tell me you're not a traitor. Tell me you're not a traitor. As if they're going to tell you the truth. Like, I've been seeing that a lot on this season. Like, you're not a traitor, right? Promise me. So, like clockwork, Mark throws out Eric's name. But Rob, to his word, is trying to steer Mark to vote for Natalie. Like, if it's one thing Rob is, like, he is just really good at enticing people to do what he says. And I'm not sure if that's it has to do with his looks or how he just comes off. But it's just so easy for him to just sway people. I mean, let me know in the chat what you think about it. Look, that is the only way I remember this man's name. Like, oh, that's Kenny G. And I don't know who that man is. I mean, I know he was on Dancing with the Stars. I found that out midway through the season. Like, I had no idea who Maura was, Rob was, Kenny G, or Tara. No idea who these people are, and they all made it to the end. Anywho. Oh, yeah, Sheree did ask Phaedra, are you a traitor? Let me see, where was I? So back with Natalie and Tara, they tell Maura that they think Rob is a traitor, and she is just saying it can't be him. Like, it just can't be. Maura is going to get the shock of her life in next week, and I can't wait to see her face. I can't wait. Let me see. So Natalie is already making a great argument. Like, the reason why she and Maura are still there is because Rob trusts y'all the most. Like, that was a great deduction on Natalie's end. Like, she's basically I forgot what she said, like a traitor angel or a faithful angel, something like that. Like, that's the reason why they've gotten so far, because Rob knows he can use them to his advantage because they don't think he's a traitor at all. Like, like that's when I was just like, Natalie cracked the code. Like, she got it. Why is Maura so dense? Because she wants to fuck Rob. That's why she's attracted to him. Like, she trusts him. Yes, the biggest of pick-me's. Anyway, later on, they're in separate cars heading to the mission, and like clockwork, Maura goes back and tells Rob that Natalie and Tara think he's a traitor. I already see how this is going to play out. Rob, Eric, Maura, and Mark are all going to vote for Natalie, and that is 5 votes right there. Like, if Rob uses the dagger, which I think he has to. So yeah, the writings are on the wall. I was trying to say, like, at least maybe like the Skating twins, like they would at least stand their ground, at least, and not go with the herd, but they can't help themselves. I agree. I agree with this. I'm not going to repeat it. So yeah, the mission starts and they have to go on like a spinning machine, then search for bags of money to get back on with it. So we see that because of medical reasons, Tara and Eric can't get on it. So they put dummies on there. And to make it fair, they first have to run up to the machine, get their dummies off, and put them in the chair they was in while everyone else gets a head start. So I guess that's kind of fair. Kinda, because I'm like, like Eric, one of them won the challenge because they wasn't dizzy. I don't know. Anyway, the game is basically like musical chairs though, and the last one left on gets a shield. But you, in order to come back to the spinning machine, you have to have money on you. So if you don't get there on time, you're out the game. So they don't find this out though until Rob makes it back last, and he has a little small tantrum because Mark got on like with a lower amount than he did. And that had nothing to do with it. He was just like a sore loser about it. And already I would have picked up on that. Natalie, she picked up on that little temper tantrum that Mark had. Oh, I really wanted the shield. Overacting. Like he was cool as a cucumber this entire game. Wasn't worried about getting murdered at all. And now you are? Anyway, at least they make money on this mission. There's 2 players left in the running for a shield, and it's between Maura and Eric. Dumb versus dumber. And it turns out that Eric gets the shield, meaning the faithfuls are definitely in trouble now. Because now it's like no faithful is safe. And it already looks like they're about to get another faithful out at the Roundtable. So yes, on the way back to the castle, Tara, Natalie, and Johnny are going over strategy. Now, this is the third time in the episode that Tara is working with Natalie saying, it's Rob. We're going to go in there. We're going to vote like this. Third time. Remember that. So Rob having the dagger is making it very difficult to banish him. And, he already has Eric and Maura voting for him. However, he does, like whatever he does, he's going to have 4 votes right there. So it's going to be a tie if they get Mark on their side. And that would make it really interesting. And I think that's how it should have went. Let me see. Natalie had it down, just didn't have no one to have her back. And Tara backpedaled and pussy popped, in Alex's words, shout out to Alex, when she was too scary to stand up. And I would love to know, but before we get to that scene, Why do you think that Tara was so afraid to go against the grain or go against Rob? Why? Why? Oh, it's okay, Valerie. Thank you for showing up anyway. Also, if you are in the room right now, give a ninja a like, please. And then, subscribe as well if you haven't. The fact that Mark thought it was weird too, but still voted for Natalie. And also the fact that the person he trusts the most in the game told him before she was murdered that she did not trust Eric. And what do? You still do what Rob told you to do. Why is that, y'all? Why? Please let me know in the chat or in the comments. Them being demonetized over Rob is the only entertaining thing left this season. Tara is insecure. I agree. I'm so glad this review came early. Yeah, like, here's the thing with Traitors. Like, I don't want to watch it twice. Like, so in the moment, like, I'm getting all my frustration out as I'm typing. So then, yeah, like, when it comes to the next day, got it. And also, y'all, I apologize for the thumbnail I use. I know it can be kind of a spoiler, but I just feel like that was the best thumbnail that I had that would get people to click on it. So yeah. Anyway, Rob is definitely going in for the lone traitor win. More power to him. Play the game. Yeah, like, Rob is playing a really good game. Like, I'm more mad at the Faith Fools. Erica De Niro said, shout out to her, love her channel, said that Steve is just a bros man. He always goes with the men. Who is Steve? You mean Mark? Or because Steven, he got eliminated. I stopped watching when Candace was banished. I appreciate the reviews. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people stop watching when their favorites left, but I don't know. Like, it's still a good show, y'all. Like, I get it, but we gotta remember it's just a game. Oh, like, see, like, there's a lot of people that love Candace. I mean, look, Phaedra didn't make it to the end. Like, I feel like all the big personalities, they never make it to the end. Never. Yeah, it was probably Steve. I mean, he did come off as a bros guy too. Yes, Traitors is like one of the best shows on TV. Like, I was skeptical. I came in season 2, but when I watched it, I was completely hooked. So yeah, y'all. We're now still back at the castle. Natalie and Tara are trying to recruit Mark now. They've shown up the game plan. That would be 4 votes against the 4 votes on the other side, which would be, Rob has 2 votes, Maura's vote, and Eric's vote. So it'd be 4 against 4. I forgot what happens when it comes to a tie. I think they re-vote again. And then Rob wouldn't have been able to use the dagger, getting him out the game if people were just on the same accord. Anyway, so Eric, Maura, and Rob are just a tight unit, and they are going for Natalie no matter what. So basically, it's Natalie versus Rob at the round table. You know what's going to happen. So then Tara and Johnny, they are now second guessing themselves because they're just so fucking horrible at this game. I'm just like, wait a minute. Y'all were talking about this all damn day, going for Rob. And I'm guessing since they couldn't persuade Maura or Eric to vote for Rob, they're just like, well, damn, maybe we should just follow the herd. I think that's what their mindset was. But that is truly a backstab to Natalie. Like, and let's just get to the round table. We fast forward to the round table. Before it started, I said my final answer is Natalie is going home. I just didn't realize the fashion. Like, I was thinking, okay, at least the skating twins were going to vote for her. not vote for her. They were going to vote for Rob, and maybe Mark was going to vote for Natalie. But wow. So Rob first goes for Natalie, followed by Mark and Maura. Natalie pushes back and starts her argument against Rob, and then she brings up how Candace voted, how she voted for Rob the first time, and I guess the second time too at her round table. And then Maura, she defends Rob and says, well, it was a throwaway vote. A throwaway vote? What? Time out. Time the fuck out. So, Maura, you called it strange when Candace did that in the first place. But now you believe that Candace was telling the truth now, that it was a throwaway, even after finding out that she was a traitor the whole damn time. Am I crazy? Wake up. Wake up, Maura. Like, you will fuck Rob after this show ends. I assure you. But right now, wake up. Like, I could not believe that. Like, Candace left the breadcrumbs. Like, why, out of all the people that were still left, that she would choose Rob? You're not smart at all. Like, it was killing me, y'all. Whew. Anyway, so as Natalie is making her case, she brings up Tara thought Rob too. And now all of a sudden, Tara switches up on her. Like, she is so scared that she'll be wrong about Rob that she rather backstab Natalie. Again, let me know in the chat, like, why was she so afraid to go against the grain or go against the herd? Like, y'all know what I want to say. Y'all know what I want to say in regards to Tara, but it is kitchen table talk. That, like, catch me on the Patreon. Me and Alex have Pop Roast Extra where you can ask us questions. I think we're going to do it Sunday. I got to confirm with him. But it is kitchen table talk. I don't want to say it on here. I don't want to lose maybe some subscribers, but y'all know, if y'all know, you know what I want to say. Anyway, so now Tara, she's like humming now that Natalie is reading her Miranda rights, as she should. Like, was in her face. She brought Rob to the table, to her face, and they were strategizing all damn day. And then you wait till the round table to have me out here looking crazy? I was mad for her. And Maura is now coming hard on Tara for trying to get Natalie to vote for Rob. So now we see Alan creeping up, and I'm just like, damn, already? That was a quick-ass round table. They need some more time. Like, I need Natalie to really get in Tara's ass for the backstab. Exactly. Whew. Anyway, let me see. Sorry, I clicked something. Let me get my water first. So yeah, we see Alan creeping up to the table. Rob decides he wants to use the dagger. So while they are writing down votes, Natalie, y'all, look at Natalie. I paused it on my Natalie wants to beat Tara's ass. She is staring a hole in Tara's head. Like, Tara on the other side, she can't even look in Natalie's direction. Like, look at her. That is the face I make if I get a 20-piece nugget at McDonald's and the bitch give me one sauce. That is how I look. So yeah, like, and it didn't help that Natalie, like, look, she is fit. Homegirl looks good. Like, those muscles are bulging. Like, she was ready to, like, jump across the fucking table. Yes, it's giving She-Hulk, a good-looking She-Hulk. She looks good. But, this is the face of anger. anger. And I couldn't imagine someone looking at me like that. So I know Tara, like, Tara was just writing. She was just like, she couldn't even look at Natalie. Oh, man. Like, this took me out. Took me out. And then I hate the fact that, oh, just because, someone shows like, there's no other way not to be angry that people backstabbed you. And they did it to Tiffany when she got like really pressed about it, like how everyone was just coming at her. And then Natalie too. And then it just sucks to put the angry, aggressive black or brown woman. So and exactly, thank you, Lemon Ginger, for reminding me. Why would every traitor be a woman? Like, we already had 3 female traitors get banished from the castle. There has to be a man in the myths. Whew. But yes, Natalie, I understand your frustration, girl. Like, she wanted to like jump across that table and beat her ass. And Tara deserved it. She definitely deserved it. Anyway, so Natalie starts and she just votes for Tara. She's just like, fuck it. I'm throwing away this vote. I'm not even going to vote for Rob. I'm going to vote for you, Tara. You backstabbing ass bitch. Now, I'm not calling her a bitch. I'm paraphrasing what Natalie was saying. I'm not calling Tara a bitch. I'm just saying that is what Natalie is thinking in this moment. All right. So Rob then votes for Natalie. That's 2 votes already. And then Mark does too. That's 3 votes right there. And then Tara votes for Natalie like the spineless coward that she is. And then the last vote is for Maura. And of course, it's for Natalie. And she is officially banished from the house. After that, I thought the Faithfuls, they deserve to lose. They deserve to lose. And then when Johnny is the last one to reveal his card, Natalie looks at him in the eye and says, don't even say sorry. Don't say fucking sorry. I don't want to hear it. Ooh, she ate with that. She ate. I love that part. Like, just backstabbing from Tara as well as Johnny. Again, kitchen table talk. Kitchen table talk. And there's a reason why they're like this. At this point, the skating twins, they share a brain. They share half a brain, actually. So yeah, like, I love when she told him, don't even patronize me to tell me you fucking sorry. Like, the way they switched up on her was just so like, like, I would have had more respect for them if they would have just like got outnumbered and still went with the plan. At least they followed Natalie to the very end and they would have been right. But yeah, now that they voted for Natalie, like they went through the herd, following the herd, that means that they still can be seen as traitors. Anywho, so Natalie is pissed. Rightfully so. Johnny, he votes for her, and basically it was unanimous of Natalie at the table. No other votes. So yeah, they are getting the people of color out of there. Out of there. And then you got Eric, who is basically assimilated anyway. The Traitors are playing a good game. They really are. They got Kristen and Natalie out in the same episode, the 2 biggest threats. Like, no gamers left too, and they still got a murder left to go, and it could be a faithful. Like, they're winning. The Traitors are winning. Anyway, Natalie is crushed, and she reveals that she's a faithful. Mark flips over his card. You voted for her, Kenny G. You don't get mad now. Don't flip it over. Y'all could have made it a damn tie, and at least it would have been a chance. Ugh. Anyway, Tara looked like she about to have a stroke and says she doesn't want to play the game anymore. Who was that guy? What is his name? Oh my God. He had the meme, shut up, girl. Shut up. Him. I can't remember his name. It's on the tip of my tongue too. But that's what I was like. I was like, girl, shut up. Shut up. I don't want to play this game anymore. I don't want to play. Quit then. Quit then. Please, someone remind me in the chat who that is. I forgot his name. Ugh. He was on Bad Boys too. Is his name Anthony or something? I'm the I'm delivered guy. It's bothering me. But yeah, she starts crying now, and then Maura needs to comfort her. And again, kitchen table talk. And you know why you voted for her, Tara. You know why you voted for her. You know you like. I'm gonna just move on. I'm gonna move on. Thank you, Blanche. Appreciate it. Andrew Caldwell. Shut up, girl. Shut up. Anyway, so the people are dispersing. Rob is playing it off like, can't believe this, man. Can't believe it. People now start mentioning Eric and how quiet he was. And this is all going according to Rob's plan. Johnny actually says this in his confessional that he thinks Eric and Rob are both traitors. Too late. Too late. Too late. Fast forward, the traitors are now meeting in the turret. Not sure if this is the first time, but it's two traitors now going into the finale. I might be wrong. I thought it was the first time this happened, but maybe y'all could correct me in the chat. So Eric has a shield, so none of the traitors are going. Like they're basically safe right now. So they're going into the finale. While they're talking, Alan comes in and adds a twist. So once they choose a name, everyone will be outside to find out who was murdered in front of each other, more so like the banquet. So I'm looking like Rob is talking. I'm like, Rob, nobody cares how hard this is for you because it wasn't hard for you to get rid of Candace and Lisa Rinna. Okay, so spare us. Spare us. Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard. All right. All right. You're going to be $250,000 richer. Spare me. Spare me. So they're deliberating now. And this last pick is very important. And there's a lot of variables. Like, I have no idea who they're going to pick. Like, Rob even brings up Maura. And I think it would be a good pick because the skating twins, they already expect Eric more than they do Rob now. And on the other hand, if they break up the skating twins, that would be smart because they're always going to vote the same. So if they decide, at the end of the finale, it's still them two, they can still vote to get off Eric and Rob because they have the numbers. Kind of, sort of. Because I'm thinking, Rob still has the numbers, but that's if they can get Mark on their side, which I just still think that Mark is just going to vote how Rob is going to vote. But anyway, they all go outside where there's a coffin in the middle. They're just waiting to see who's murdered. Maura, she's already saying it's her. She thinks it's going to be her. And as Alan's about to reveal the name, that is where the episode ends. Whew, my final answer, I think, is going to be Johnny. They're going to take out Johnny, leaving Tara on her own, not knowing what to do, no one to rely on. And they're going to try to get two traitors out because clearly they got a faithful out and they're murdering a faithful. Then there's two faithfuls in the game. So I feel like Eric leaving in the next episode, it's a given. People are going to think Eric. And then to get the next person out, I think just to make things safe, like Rob can probably entice Mora and Mark to get Tara out because they'll leave any suspicion of the skating twins being traitors, leaving Rob with the sole traitor win. We'll see. At this point, Rob deserves the win. He deserves it. And if he doesn't get to it, I will be shocked. So shocked. Anywho, y'all, this was a great episode. Next week is the finale as well as the reunion. And I'm so excited that I'm off next Thursday. So I get to watch it in real time. I am so excited. I'm going to get my snacks. Am I going to be high for this? You know what? I'm gonna get my drinks and my snacks for next week. I cannot wait to see who wins. And you know I cannot wait to that reunion. Whew. So yeah, let me see what y'all saying. Season 1 had 2 traitors in the finale. Okay, I didn't see the first one. Rob in that hand on his head with the hillbilly overalls drooping down. I'm so glad Natalie didn't buy that shit. Exactly. I'm thinking they're going to take out Kenny G. I don't know. Because I don't think taking out Mark would be smart at all. Like, it's either going to be the skating twins or Mora to me, because I feel like Mark can be easily persuaded, and then Mora, she is just going to Rob with the end with him. So that's already 2 votes in his pocket. So he'll still have the upper hand over voting out one of the skating twins if they stay. We'll see. Yet didn't find it hard to eliminate Natalie. Exactly. We don't trust white people, so we clock them early. White women follow blindly. This is a damn social experiment. Like, it is definitely a social experiment, y'all. When they find out who the traitors are, I hope these people learn a lesson in judging people based on looks. I don't want to highlight some of these because this is a part of the kitchen table talk, y'all. I hate that T and J are right about Eric. I am tired of their agenda. Kenny G is desperate for an alliance. He just wants protection. Mora picked me. Eric lost in the sauce. Skating twins. Ken and Barbie weirdos. Kenny G desperado. You clocked it. You think Kenny G is going to get murdered because they know Mora will vote for Rob. Will vote with Rob. Then they will vote Johnny and Tara out, which could leave Eric and Rob, which they will get rid of Mora. I don't think Rob is going to take all the money. I mean, it really depends on how they vote. Because that'll be something if Eric and Rob makes it to the end together. I didn't think about that. Like, I always just thought Rob is just going to try to fend for himself and be the final person standing. But that is interesting that maybe they could go to the end with Eric as well as Rob. We'll see. But I think it'll be smart if they just broke up Johnny and Tara just to be safe. The Faithful in Australia season 2 is just as bad as this season's Faithfuls. This is why I didn't want Candace on the show. How in the world did this game where everyone gets eliminated turn into a civil rights rally? It's exhausting. This is a game show. Yeah, but it's definitely as well a social experiment. And it points out people's unconscious biases. And that is very hard to ignore, even though it's a game. So I see your point. But it definitely highlights people's unconscious biases, because where does that come from? Where does it come from? And it's just like you have to answer that question in order, like it affects how you play the game. So yeah. Anyway, Yeah, me too. Y'all know, like in my past recaps, I didn't really care for Natalie, but I was just like, they did her so dirty. Like, not one time, two times, three times they had this discussion and strategizing how they were going to get to the round table. And they were so worried about going against the herd, and with their biases, they still went against her. Still went against her. Yes, exactly. You find it interesting how the show and how they voted off, people kind of reflects America. Yeah, it does. And it just makes it interesting. Interesting. But yeah, y'all, that is my recap for Traitors. This was such a good episode. I cannot wait till next week. With that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you for Beverly Hills.